Yo, let's talk about this video is going to be titled The Dilemma of the Frustrated Masculine-Fem. Okay. This is a woman that is in charge of her life. She's feminine. Okay. She wants the relationship. She wants to be in love, kids, and everything else. But here's a woman that's in a relationship, but her desire is she wants a man that's going to allow her to make decisions in the relationship as far as the direction of the relationship, how it's going to move forward, okay, and where it's heading in the sense of building a family, financially or whatever. Maybe she's good with the books. Maybe she's a better organizer or whatever, right? She wants a guy that's going to allow her to do that, okay, which is not a problem. You go, what's wrong with that? Nothing. But what happens is this. By her doing that, it's fine if she's flexible. However, if she wants to make sure she controls the direction of the relationship as far as the future of it, because she's successful, she's organized, blah, blah, blah. All these great traits, okay? All these great skills of success. Now, she wants a man. Now, this is someone that's going to be operating in her masculine, okay? She's feminine, yes. She's got a lot of feminine energy. She's got a whole bunch going on. The problem is that she operates from her masculine side, okay? So what happens is, like, for example, if he gives an input, about the future relationships, I want to do this when we do it. Let's go here. I want to do this. I want to go on vacation here. I want to do this. I want to do that. He gives an input. Well, how about we try doing this and that? She'll say, okay, I'll think about that. But yet, with all this input, she still does it her own way. She still decides to go with her original plan. She'll hear him out. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's good. Maybe we'll do that. Next thing you know, the plans changed back to her original scheduled program. You gave input, but at the end of the day, she does it her own way anyway. Why? Because she'll take your input, but she's going to play the contrarian. Because of her success on the outside world, she's going to reflect that on the inside, okay? Which is not, she doesn't have herself in check. She's going to reflect that on the inside of the relationship. What do I mean by that? She's going to look at that as you not feeling like, in her mind, she's going to say, wow, he doesn't think I can make good plans, or I can plan this, or I can plan that. He's challenging my abilities to succeed. All right? Now, is that true? No, but she's going to play the contrarian in this case and do just what she said she was going to do anyway. She's going to stick to her original plan. She'll hear you out, but she's going to say at the end of the day, she's going to go with her own plan. That's what we're going with. Okay? The guy allows it. All right, hon, whatever you want to do. He doesn't want to argue. It's not a big deal. Okay? So she wins. Victory for her. Okay? So this is LTR marriage. If you've been in someone that you've met and you've been with them over 2 years or whatever, and you kind of, even if it's new, she has a position where she's very successful in life outside of the relationship, and she still maintains that narrative in a relationship, okay? She wants a man, yes, but she wants to make sure she's equal partners, but has most of the say-so. Because she's more organized. She has more talent and skill for this dynamic part of the relationship. All right? So, I'll tell you what's the problem in a minute. Now, why does she want to do that? Because she's wearing a power mask. Her power mask that she wears when she goes to work, outside of the household, she needs that power mask. If she has to travel to work, traffic, if it's local, if it's metropolitan area, she needs that mask. She gets to work. She feels that she needs to make sure she's tough and rough and still, remain feminine. What happens, though, with this idea, because it's from a logical place, she's not a master at that. She's good at technical skills. She's good at reading. All her skills from school and all that stuff. Yes, she's great at that. She's great. However, she's having a hard time when it comes to transitioning back home. She's still wearing the mask from work in the household. Okay, she can't turn it off. That's the problem. Okay, why? Because she spends 40 to 60 hours at work. What you do the majority part of your time, that's who you become. Okay, she's home, eat, maybe go out to dinner, talk to her lover, sleep, boyfriend, whoever it is. But my point, most people spend most of their time away from home, at work, okay? Outside of weekends and vacations, whatever like that, right? So what does she normally do? She does what's habitual for her, is to have a tough exterior, to be rough and rugged, okay, while being a woman in the outside world, okay? Now she comes home, she still can't turn off that power switch because her man, her LTR, boyfriend, whoever, husband, whoever he is, to her, that's a loved one, right? Should be, right? But it's still a man that's challenging her on whatever the situation is. She sees things as a challenge. Now, don't get me wrong, she's great at challenges and conquering and overcoming. She's very successful. She's working, she's successful, all right? So there has to be a line, a defining line between the two, knowing when to cut shit off. She doesn't have that. The lines are blurred, okay? Is it her husband directly? No. Something he said rings true. It sounds like the guy over here that she can't stand at work. What, are you too good to do that? You know, you say it to her and she says, no, I'm not too good to do that. It sounds like the same guy over here said the same thing at work. What, are you too good to do that? Too good to take this out? You too good to do that? So what is she going to do? She's going to cross the fucking wires and she's going to respond like directly with what she's been previously hearing. She's going to respond to you that way. All right? Not knowing she could do it on purpose or not, but that's the way she handles the problem. When the problem comes in, she draws from her past experiences and bang, she throws it on whoever's in front of her. Okay? Namely you at that point. You gotta watch out for that shit. Some women can do it. Some women are very good at taking that off because they want to be home. They want to peel off those layers. Women that work on themselves understand that. Okay? It's not easy for everybody. You understand? Because it depends on how long she's been in this workforce like this. It could have been 10 years or so. So she's kind of used to a certain way. Or committed to a system that's habitual. Okay, as far as taking over, being in charge, challenging guys on every issue. Again, Masculine-Fem. Okay, that challenging and brute. That's all masculine energy being practiced over and over and over and over again. Yeah, hours upon hours on the weeks and weeks upon years, months, years, and all that. So it builds up, becomes who they are. Got it? So that newfound power surge, now she's got power over you as well, because why? You don't want a problem. You know, you want these to go smooth. You want to come home to a peaceful home. You don't want to have all the, riff-raff. You do that stuff outside of home. You don't want to come home and have to argue and fight too. We get that. However, what she's reading, it gives her more power. What's the power? Women get drunk with power. She's empowered now she's in control of her domain. Inside the home and outside the home. Got it? So, given the person next to her, closest to her, the wrath of her anger or her discomfort or her unhappiness is a built-in consequence. He knows that now. What does he do? He doesn't want a problem. So what does he do? She comes home from work. He compensates for her bad behavior. What do I mean? He gets out of her way. She comes at work, she's upset, she had a bad day. He don't ask. He goes to another room. He gets to this car, he goes to the store, but he gets out of her way and gives her room and space to vent or whatever she's doing. All right? So, it's like an angry bear coming to the cave. Rawr, and it's growling. Everybody else leaves the cave quietly and sheepishly leaves out. Why? They don't want the problem, the confrontation. There's a consequence for her bad behavior. If she's mad, someone's going to pay. Okay? That's a bad narrative to set. Okay? So, what else happens? This is what makes this, and the problem with that, because all the chores, like washing dishes and laundry. And I'm not saying women should all do that, but in this case, what happens is chores, cooking for your family, cleaning up for your family, those are all nurturing qualities. She's got so much masculine energy going out over here. Let's say 75-25 out of 80 and 20, she's doing 25 masculine and 75 feminine. Well, she needs to pull that 5% back. How do you do that? By nurturing, caring, cooking, cleaning, talking, consoling, soothing, hugging, crying. Those are all those reinforce and reinstate that feminine energy, so she goes back up to 20, something reasonable. Okay, so the chores are more therapeutic for all of us. Fixing cars, cleaning up, taking the garbage out. That's all part. We all have roles to play. Okay, for a family to function, to have functionality. You can change the roles, but as long as you know that there's a chore that you have to do. There's roles for everybody. Everybody can't do the same damn thing. Okay, that's it. So by her not doing that, and you end up compensating and taking over the chores for her, you understand? She feels elated. She feels justified for feeling the way she feels. I had a hard day at work. Everything. If there's a problem, I had a bad day at work. That's the go-to. You don't understand what I do. It's been a lot going on. Don't ask me. And sheepishly, he doesn't. He just, lets it go. Okay, I understand. I believe you. I hear you. You want something to drink? No, I don't. So the rules are changing. Now, she's frustrated because she doesn't like how she's feeling. He doesn't even like the feeling. He doesn't know who he is anymore. He doesn't like how he's feeling because he's not feeling like a man anymore. Okay? This is perfect grounds for people to, start cheating, talking to other people, and all other nonsense. But put that to the side for a minute, because what's happening here is they've lost the connection of the identity of the relationship, who they are in the relationship. That's why you can't be buddies and friends off the rip unless the roles are clear. You can do all that, but you have to have clear positioning. There's a yin and a yang. It has to be a clear position and polarity that has to be there. In this case, it's not. She knows it should be there, but as she gets better in corporate, as she grows, she demands more from herself and of her spouse. Okay, or boyfriend, or LTR, her significant other. Okay, whether he's doing more with his own personal growth, that's different. But if in her eyes, if she feels like he's not doing whatever and they don't communicate, she don't lose respect for that person. Okay, she don't lose respect, and it's no one's fault but his own, because if he didn't confront her and just because what she wants is someone to be able to bounce with her bounce. Okay, if she's growing now, supporting her and being encouraged, and because what's going to happen is if you argue with her about her job, oh, that job's got you going crazy and they're making you this. Oh, he's jealous of my success. So you don't want that. Okay, so what do? Here's the answer. Because if she can't respect you, she can't love you. She has respect for you because why? Because you've give and been doing more of the female stuff. You're out of power. You lost your masculine power in her eyes. If your level is here and Charles is here respecting you, she's losing the respect of your masculine power. You have a power outage right now. And for her, you don't have authority. You can't get that back from her. You can't make her respect you again. You can't. Not right now. You can't try to go in and try to get her to respect you now. All right? So to avoid that, unless you guys have a conversation and you sit down and go, listen, you have to have that conversation. You have to become a communicator and have that discussion with her. You have to be firm. So listen, unless you get away with a lot of stuff right now, but we need to have a sit down and have a talk here, because this is serious. I'm not happy, and you're not happy. This guy comes to a resolution. And you got to be prepared to walk away. Okay? If it's marriage, then get a counselor, okay? And let the counselor, whatever you guys decide to do at that point. But you gotta draw a line in the sand. This is it. Stand as a man. Listen, We gotta get the. I don't like how this is going right now. Period. Work is one thing. So the antidote, of course, is to be, and if you have to reconstruct with her, you know, in counseling, you gotta set rules. If you didn't do it at the beginning, you have to be the rock. Okay, women have emotions going all over the place. You gotta be a rock. You can't get emotional too. And you can't compensate and bend and this and that every time she needs something or she's mad about something. Let her be mad for a while. She'll be all right. Okay? If she can't talk about it like an adult, let her pout about it. That shouldn't happen if you set your boundaries. Here's what I'm about. This is what I'm about. Here's what I'm not about. This is what I'm about. That. How about you? What you like? How's that sound to you? She's going to come out. Oh, that sounds great. So when she gets out of pocket, you can check her. That's the next one. You check her. Don't be afraid to check her. Okay? Hey, we talked about this last week. Remember this so-and-so? Okay, everything good with you? What? Oh, yeah, I thought, yeah, you're right. And you got to check her, period. They want to be checked the right way. Okay? Don't come in the last minute and say, hey, what are you doing that for? What the fuck are you talking about? So you have to set this up from jump. Okay? Kids just come in the middle of shit and just start, you know, telling what to do, and you have a hard time. You're going to have a problem because you ain't that guy. You ain't that guy. Okay? Don't go middle of the dance and be that guy. You got to start at the beginning or have a break where there's counseling and conversation. Then you can work on being that guy. Still got to earn that shit at that point. You got to earn it now. You got to work your way back up the hill. Got it? So, and the last one I want to say is definitely support. If she's doing shit and she's moving and making moves and whatnot in her career, and support her with that. You her man. You're supposed to make sure, you must be her backbone. You understand? She's your backbone, right? You're supposed to support her. Boom, you doing that shit. Oh shit, all right, I hear you. You know, take her out, you know. Celebrate. You don't be a fucking cheerleader, but you're there for support. Got it? And last but not least, she comes in from work and she's got, you know, let her know, listen, you're wearing your mask, don't bring your mask in. Leave your mask at work. Okay? Leave your work at work. When you come home, this is love here. This is love, this is nurture. We take care of each other over here. We don't do that other stuff over there. Leave that shit at work. Got it? So keep your points clear with her, you know, and make sure you stand your ground. Whatever you're doing, make sure you're doing your thing. Okay? You know, so like, subscribe, comment below. Excel, and I'm out.